The most important skill I've learned is how to learn stuff or how to learn other skills. What do I mean exactly by that? Just like I suggest, to find your own way of learning things and absorbing information and mastering skills. Musashi Miyamoto talked about this in his books of 5 Rings. I haven't read many books, but this is a book I've read and which I've actually applied in life. He talked about in his book how mastering strategy helped him understand carpentry, and you're wondering, how does it make sense? But he realized that the skill of learning is transferable to other skills. And this is also something I believe in. Finding your own style of learning and finding out what environment and what conditions maximize the efficiency of your learning is one of the most important things you can learn in life. So another strategy I've learned is from Alex Hormozy, the entrepreneur. And he said that in order to learn a skill, you have to break it down into a version in which you can understand what you have to do. He gave the example that if you go to any random person on the street and you ask them, create a marketing campaign on social media for me, they probably won't be able to do it, right? But if you guide them step through step, telling them, turn on the computer, open this program, create a new document, write this and this in this document, add this picture, load it up into social media, that most people will be probably able to do it somehow. But that's applicable to most skills, you know. He also talked about another strategy which is very important, or which helped me a lot. And this strategy talks about how to learn from others, you know. Oftentimes it's more efficient to learn a skill from another person instead of trying to figure things out for yourself. And so what he does is he copies a person when learning a skill. He does exactly how they say they do. And then he looks if it works or not. If it doesn't work, he reflects on it, and then he has at least information on why doing it this way doesn't work, you know. And if it works, he reflects anyways and finds a better way to do it. So the worst outcome he has from learning from another person is what not to do. And going with this mindset into learning any skill will never make you a loser, but will always benefit you in some way, you know. But now let's say you don't want to learn a skill, but you want to absorb as much information as possible, you know, or as efficiently as possible. If I give a person a book and give him a year to tell me what's written inside this book or what the content of the book is, most people will probably be able to do it. But if I give him 3 hours, not so many people will be able to do it. So the most important skills in that regards of the most important aspects in that regard is finding first an environment where you feel the most capable to learn things, and then finding the right time, finding the right amount of time, finding your style if you want to learn it on your own, if you want a teacher, or want to learn it with another person who also learns this information. Those are the most important things when trying to absorb as much information. And then what then follows is trying to absorb the correct information, so actually filtering out things which don't matter and filtering out what actually matters. So media literacy is also very important when learning information. But this is just my experience,